Welcome to the Global Wellness HQ family of podcasts. We are your international headquarters for resources and ideas and insight in relation to the 9 elements of holistic wellness. Join us as we interview local and international wellness experts and learn how you can implement and improve one element or dimension of wellness at a time. Our experts will share their practical tips on wellness in one of these core areas: emotional, intellectual, occupational, physical, environmental, financial, spiritual, social, or habitual. We created our family of podcasts as a resource for anyone who is looking to integrate the 9 elements of holistic wellness into their daily lives. Welcome to the show. All right, I'm going to just introduce you and we're going to have a fun conversation. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. Today, I'm really excited. I have my new friend, Jeanne Omlor, on the show. Welcome, Jeanne.
Thank you so much, Jeff. And you said my name correctly. So thank you so much.
Yay. That's my greatest fear is mispronouncing somebody's name. So thank you. Let's jump right in. And why don't you just tell me a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Who I am is pure love. I just had to say that because I coach my clients on like who you really are. I couldn't resist that. Who I am is pure love, like all of us. Okay, that's on the metaphysical level, but I don't think that's what you were asking for. Okay, so apart from being pure love, I am, well, I don't like saying I am. I'll say what I do and who I help because that's more important because it's really not about me. I help coaches and consultants and certain service providers to I won't even say the word scale, to get more clients and build their businesses online without ads. It's called organic marketing, and no drama, no ads, no tech. And I've been doing this particular thing for 4 years. I've been a coach for 13 years, actually, because I'm a business strategist and I'm an executive leadership coach in servant leadership, and I was a life coach. However, when I stopped the offline networking and doing the hard stuff, because we think we have to do all this hard stuff, and I got online, and people think this is hard, but it's not. 4 years ago, I got out of a space where I was in deep debt, and I was 54 years old, and I am a solo parent of 2. And I just thought, you know what? I really got to get myself online, and I got to climb that hill. And when you have a new huge job in front of you, it's like, okay, I'm going to do this. So I did it, and I got to $1 million in 17 months without ads on my own. I'm that exponential business that you read about. I didn't even know what that was while I was doing it. That's the funny thing. And it was almost completely on my own, little bit of VA work here and there. And I thought, wow, I just made $1 million with about 94% profit in 17 months. Then I got a bit more help. I still have a small team though. And we're at several million now. And I'm just passionate about helping people to thrive. Now, the people I work with now are coaches, consultants, and I do work with some high-level CEOs and people like that, very few. But people in general, and coaches are the ones that are taking advantage of this with me in a good way. I love helping people make money because when you thrive financially, and we were just chatting about this, your whole life opens up. Then you can afford good food. We were talking about, you can afford vacations. You can afford to breathe. You can take a little downtime. So I'm passionate about this. And we have helped over 400 coaches actually to either get online, to start their businesses, to scale, to grow very simply in that time.
I love that. Now, let's talk about, first of all, what does scaling and growing look like? Because I'll tell you, as a coach myself, I have panic attacks when somebody talks about building a big team, and I don't want to be the empire builder. I want to be the guy who has time to spend with my kids and go to the beach with my kids. So let's talk. What does scale mean, just so we have a definition?
Well, scale can mean a million things. That's why I said I'm not going to use the word scale. So people say to me, I'm not ready to scale. And actually, what I mean is just get more clients. That's scaling. Scale can mean so many different things. I'm with you. I did this while I, still showed up for my kids. I cooked dinner almost every single night myself. I would like a chef at this point though. But, we cook very healthy meals, and rarely do we get takeout. So I really was on it. My kids never missed me because I was there all the time, and I managed to do this. And what I proved to myself is like, wow, I got to $1 million which most companies would have to hire 1 billion people and all this operations. There was zero. It was me and a VA here and there. And I thought, you know what? This is so easy. And people are like, how did you do that? I'm like, it's so easy. It's not, no, it's not easy in the sense that you don't have to do the work, but it's not complicated. People complicate. So I'm with you. When you uncomplicate stuff and just do what you have to do to bring clients in, and not all those other exhausting things that people are doing, like fixing their website nonstop and, you know, you know what I mean? The funnels and the more funnels and the more of this and the more operations. And they get up every day and they're just doing these operations, but they're not looking at the bottom line. Like, am I getting clients? Okay, drop everything and just do what gets clients. And that's what I did. I figured out the few things, and it was the very few things I needed to do over and over again. So I don't have a big team. I have a very small team. I only hire for what I need. I don't overhire. And then there's, because there's more. See, every time you hire somebody, you have to manage that person. You're creating work for yourself. So you have to make sure that your team is not too many, that you're needlessly managing somebody that's not actually bringing money in, right? Or you're doing too much stuff yourself and you really should be delegating. So that's the key. And I help people with that as well. I don't have a huge team. I hire stuff out a lot. Like, we don't need to do this in-house. Just please do it, and have somebody else. I sometimes have my team like managing other parts of the team. Like, I got a new person. I said, okay, you're going to manage her. Oh, great. Don't have to manage that person. She does a great job. So I agree. But I think that there's this either or mentality going on. That's a human thing. What I did is I showed people that you can get a several $1 million business going. I don't mean per year. I'm at like three and a bit total in 4 years. Solid business though, where I'm actually not burnt out, love my life, and do everything I need to do. So it's a good balance, right? However, I could scale it more. I'll just delegate more, but I'm still going to keep the same level of service. So when people say that, I'm like, well, what do you want then? Do you want to have a little business and or do you rather make more money, delegate, still have the same amount of time, and have a better life? So it's not either or. It's about switching things out like a puzzle. Like, okay, so I could get more clients here if I hire more people. I'm actually going to make more money, and I'm not doing any more work. Why wouldn't I do that? Right? So there's this thing of I can't do that because I just want my life. Well, do you think that billionaires don't have their life? They do. People do everything for them. So there's different levels, right? Where you're doing a bit of a hustling, then you get to a plateau, a good plateau. You're like, okay, good. Stabilize this, take a minute, get some more help, get more people to manage, and then you actually do have more time. Like, I recently created a space where now I can do some real estate investing. I didn't have any space for that before, but I get the people to do everything for me, but I still had to get the deal. I still had to do some work. Make sense?
Makes perfect sense. And I think one of my big observations, I've been reading a lot of Dan Sullivan, and Who Not How has really shaken my brain, because I'm an accountant by training. So we're all about doing the things and the how, not the who. So that's a journey I'm on. Now, you work with a lot of visionaries. So what is the first step for somebody, coming to work with you? What does it look like in terms of, are you focusing on helping them with mindset, or is it more practical? Let's get some cash in the door. What does working with Jeanne look like?
It's everything, because you need to be working on your mindset while you're doing the strategy. I talk about this all day long. Mindset, strategy, neck and neck. Neck and neck. It's not, hey, I'm going to go fix my mindset, then I'm going to work with you, or then no, because creating success, experiencing success is because you're working on your mindset at the same time. Now, once you create some success, that really helps your mindset. Bringing in clients, that'll help your mindset. Actually, you wouldn't even need mindset coaching if you were bringing a bunch of clients in, unless you had some other issue. Because most of the problems are people are not making the money that they wish for. They're groveling around. And, I was there. I get it. When people hear me talk, they're like, she gets it. I get it. The thing is this: when you bring in clients and being the visionary, and when I mean visionary, I don't mean like that you have to be a big world famous, influencer. That's not what I mean, because I'm not a gatekeeper. I just mean people that really want to help other people, that really deeply want to help other people as their core value. And they're not in denial that it's okay to make a ton of money. That's great to make a ton of money. So those two are the two things I look for. That yes, I really want to help people, great. And I really want to make some money because I can, I should, I deserve it, and it's great. And then I can help more people. Those are the two things I look for. If somebody comes with the dire poverty mindset of, oh, well, I shouldn't be making money because I just want to help people, I can't work with those people because they're just in denial about how great money is. I will say that again. They're in denial about how great money is. Money is energy. You can do more stuff. You can help more people. You can develop people. You can give it away. You can do all sorts of stuff. So why would it be bad? Why is something that we feed ourselves with and put roofs over our heads and clothe ourselves, how's that bad? So I have a real point of view on this, which is not vanilla about money. And some people are a little shocked because money is great. It's greed that's bad. Money is fantastic. Money never did anything bad to us. We take money and do bad things with it. It's like saying a shovel is bad because you're hitting somebody on the head with it. Right? The shovel's great. It's shoveling. You hit somebody on the head, it's not great. Same thing as money. It's a tool. So that's what I look for. I don't look for fame. I just look for, hey, what are you doing? Oh, that's solid. Yeah, you could really help people with that, or they already are, but they're struggling to get clients, and then the mindset takes a downfall, because then you got to get, and we help with this, but what's going to sort out the mindset is getting great clients that you love and are getting results for them, and they're paying you. That sorts everything out.
It cures a lot of ills in the world when you know with certainty you can get those clients, and it's just a question of opening the doors and welcoming them in rather than chasing them down the street going, please come back.
Yeah, then you need strategy. You do need strategy, because just the mindset isn't enough. You still need to make connections and do stuff. And people go, oh, that person got that. That's because that person did the work. They also have a high level of mindset. Oh, that person just did that. Well, you don't know what that person does. What I do know, high level people, we all have a mindset practice. We all know mindset's a big part of it, but we all know you have to do the work. You can't just lie on a couch all day and hope people come to you. You can if you want. I sometimes lie and do my meditation and stuff, but that's not all I do, right?
And I think that's what a lot of people, they want that magic button or the easy button, and then they say, okay, well, I sat on my couch and I put positive thoughts out to the universe. And it's like, well, the universe helps you if you get off the couch. There's that fundamental action.
Yes, but also the old saying, God helps those who help themselves. That's for real. You don't pray that you lose weight. You pray and you go on the diet. You pray that the diet will work, right? You pray that you keep on track with your diet, that you have the strength. That's but then you don't just keep eating what you were eating and just really praying that I lose weight.
I pray that donuts become fat-free, right?
Exactly. Well, you know what I'm saying. So the problem with affirmations, by the way, are that people just blindly just say them, and they're not believing them. You don't just blindly, you're not, and they're not taking action while they're doing them. That's the problem with affirmations. That's why sometimes they don't work.
I love that. And again, it's thoughts are energy. You need to put that energy into motion. It's not just, okay, I created the thought. There is that belief that you can do it, then you have to actually do it. Now, I want to back up here a second, because you started out without ads. And by the way, the whole billionaire marketing company thing, don't get Jeff started on it. I'll rant about that all day long, because they care about their shareholders. They care about their billionaire founders. How did you get started without ads? Because I personally feel like there's an addiction to ads, and I blame the big companies, because their ads told us we need ads.
Right. This is the deal. Ads are not bad. They're not a bad thing, but it's also, it's using something at the right time. So you could have a tool, and it's not a bad tool, but you might not need that in your life right now. You'll need it later, or, so personally, I just started ads again because I want to get to the next level, and I'm going to need a bigger boat. So that's just honest. However, I've not made hardly any money on ads so far, and I've tested a lot. So I know what I'm talking about. And that's why because I know what I'm talking about, it's very helpful that when people come into work with me, I can say, look, I spent 60K on ads. This is what happened here. This is what happened. And they're like, oh, and their faces drop. But then they thank me. They're like, wow, you know what you're talking. I said, yes, I do. And then they realize, okay, organic, and they'll try to argue with me, and I'll look, do what you want. But I happen to know at your level, no validated offer, not a big budget, you're going to burn through your 10K because you need at least 50K to test ads, and really stay with it, because you might lose the 50K, and then they might start working, and they might start working a bit before, but then you've got to put more ad spend. So the point is, I know a lot about that. I'm just not good at running them, but I think I've found people that might work for me now. I don't know. However, I knew that when I came in. I thought I was going to do ads, and I thought, wait, I can see I don't need to do ads. I've got to find a way that I can get clients without more risk, and that risk is very anxiety causing for most if you have no budget. For me, it's not causing me any anxiety at all running my ads right now, zero, because I know they're going to work, and I know I have the capital to back them up, and I know that if I keep going, because we're seeing that they're on track, all I have to do is stick with it and not chicken out and go, I don't want to spend on the ads. We already got a client with them, so we're good. But the point is that human beings are always looking for a magic wand. It's just life. They all want to live. Let's face it. Who's ever said to you, I wish I could just win the lottery? Anyone heard that once or twice in your life?
Once or twice, yeah.
Just need to win the lottery. Really? It's a lottery mentality that people have. Being like actors used to have that. I just want to be discovered. It's the lottery mentality. Just want to sit on a bench and be discovered. Really? Well, that's not going to work. That works for very few people in Hollywood who were discovered sitting in a cafe. Okay. But I want to be the person. They want the easy way. Ads are not easy, but they've been sold that ads are so easy. Once you're at a certain level, it's another market. This is what it is. You're at a certain level. It's merely another marketing avenue. It's not going to save my business. It's going to add another marketing avenue. If I wanted it to save my business, I wouldn't be doing it because I have a problem on my hands. You shouldn't be doing ads to save a business. It's another marketing avenue to add another marketing avenue. That's all it is. So how I did it, I just realized, I thought, you know what, this isn't going to work. And actually in the program I was in, which actually the FTC has since closed down, no names mentioned. I just found that out today. Multi-million-dollar company, and they were not playing ball, and people were complaining about them, and I see why. And I went in there and I plunked down 10K on 3 different credit cards because I thought, well, this is going to work. And it did, actually, for all the wrong reasons. But that's okay. I don't care how I get stuff, just so it works. And so I went in there, and it was supposed to be ads, and I realized this is not going to work for me at my level. I just got online, even though I'd been coaching 8 years. I meant online, my level online of just getting online. And they said, of course not. You need to do organic. I said, organic marketing. I said, oh, is that like carrots? I didn't know what organic marketing was. I'd never heard of that. That's how unsophisticated I was. When I couldn't even use Zoom, I was so tech challenged. One of my colleagues made a Loom video of how to use Zoom. I kid you not. I could not use Zoom. That's how challenged I was with tech. So this is all good stories, because I love telling this, because I want people to understand I wasn't positioned to be a great success online. 54, deep debt, didn't know about tech, didn't know anything about ads, didn't even know what organic marketing was. And I just said, I'm going to figure this out. So I did. And I said, well, how do I do that? There's no trainings, and it's all about ads. Did you see that? They're like, I said, what's the training? And they said, go talk to people. 4 words. Go talk to people. I remember that. That was my training. 4 words of coaching. And I took it and I ran with it. So just to show also that sometimes you don't need a lot of coaching. I just thought, okay, now I'm in deeper debt. So I really got to make this work. And I couldn't go offline again. I thought, oh, what do I do? I couldn't get a job. So I thought, you know what? I have to figure this out. And I did. And on the 8th week, I got my first high ticket client. I got 2 more. I mean, it was only 5K then, because it was just me and it wasn't developed how it is now. I just knew certain things. And I was already helping people. And I made 15K in 1 week, the most I had ever made in my whole entire life. And I cried. And my daughters and I the first one, we were dancing around the house because I said, I figured it out. And then it just kept going up, 30K. And they're like, how did you do that so simply? And I've said, look, it's so simple. This is what I do. And that's how I help people, simply. And, we have a little more complex things now because we are always on top of what's working, right? We've got more platforms we coach on now, so we can help anybody. And I've learned a lot, obviously, a lot more than I used to know, but I could still help people at that level. So that's how I started. And I just kept going and going and going.
I love it. And I think that's the importance, entrepreneurs, they solve their own problem first. And then once they solve it, they go, wow, there's a business here helping others. And I love that you've devoted your energy to helping others reach their potential. Now,
And I
what
care about, I do. I care a lot about that. I really, really nothing, this is sad, but nothing gives me more pleasure than a client just like, I got these high ticket clients, like they're just so excited, like the first one, or they got to 30K months for the first time, or I got to 45K in a month the first time ever, or one client got to 91K in 1 month. She couldn't believe it. So win small and big. Like some people, it's just, hey, Jeanne, I got my first high ticket client. I never did that in years of coaching, and and they're crying sometimes. Like I can't believe we did this. I feel so amazing. I'm like, oh, wow, I've changed that person's life. We have, because I have a team. Now they're going to go and they're going to do that over and over again. So, you changed a life when they have done a process, learned, and are getting clients. Now they're
well,
never going to be.
it's funny because I know the coaching space really well, and I will not name names, but there are some coaches who are really impressed with themselves, and their primary motive is, how do I improve my life?
Mm,
And I look at them and I say, wouldn't it be better if you improved your
mm,
people's lives, and your life will get better? And no, I like
mm.
money. It's
They said,
but
well, I like, again, it's not either or. I like both.
yeah,
Why
yeah,
can't me helping people is what made me money. I love
yeah,
it. Talk about making money in the right way and the wrong way. I only want to make money in the right way. You probably have realized by now, Jeff, I could have scaled way higher if I wanted.
yeah,
I could have. I didn't want to. I want to in the right way. So that company that the FTC closed down, we're doing it in the wrong way. I don't want that. Doing it in the wrong way and take the money and run. I care too much about my
yeah,
own self-worth and my own how I see myself. I don't, once you lose, you're done. You can't redeem that within yourself.
yeah,
I'm not really being ethical. So to me, if it's not the right way and it's not ethical, then I don't want it. I'm good.
yeah.
I'm good. I will figure out the way, and I am, to scale and grow the right way, because then it's completely good. But I'm not saying I'm not going to scale.
Yeah.
It's getting an either or. It's figuring that out, that I'm really committed to helping and I'm growing it.
And by the way, and is one of my favorite words, because I know a lot of people who have that or mentality. And when I look at it, it's like, you were successful, you got to this point because you cared about people. And
Mhm.
then at some point you flipped a switch and said, well, I care about money more. And it's funny because they don't last. They fall down to where their mindset will, it tears them down because they're feeling that guilt, and they're consumed. Um,
Also, your network knows it. I talk about money all the time to help people, to get them to say the M word over
yeah,
and over. Okay, money, 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 because they have such money blocks. And my mission, money's just money. It's just a word and it's energy. They make it such like this. Money never did anything wrong. You know what I mean? But they
yeah.
make it this scary monster. I'm trying to demystify that by just saying money, 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 money. And I love money. And people are like, oh, yes, of course I do. Money gives me the life I have, help my kids, give to my church, do stuff. At one point, I won't be able to even use all the money I make. That's okay. Then I'll get to a point. What do I do with this to help people, not the world? I don't want to help the world. I could help the world, I guess, if you're talking about
Yeah,
but nature helps people, right?
yeah.
Help other people. But I get it. You can really tell when the motivation is solely money. You can tell. And it does put people off. It really does.
Well, and equally, I would say I know people that are so opposed to money. It's again that or mentality. I gotta save the world, and it's like, well, how many dolphins are you gonna save if you're broke? How
Right.
many orphans are you going to rescue if you're broke? Now, this feels like a good time to ask you a really powerful question. What kind of impact does Jeanne want to create in the world?
That's very good you asked that, because I've been thinking more about my, Peter Diamandis, he has something called an MTP, massive transformational purpose. Okay. And I might actually join that group, because I started thinking, I thought, I'm at a level now, I'm at a level 7, we say, of like there's 8 rungs on the ladder, it's sort of like Maslow's. I'm at 7, where it's a beautiful paradox where we can make money while creating impact. Okay, that they can coexist. That's where I am, me. So, and when you're just trying to make money and make ends meet, you can't be there. And there's no shame. I was just trying to like fix the damage of being in deep debt at my age. So now we've got some damage control has happened. We've got, insurance policies for my daughters. We got some investments. So now I'm like, okay, good. Now I can make money and create impact. So to be honest, the thing, they were interviewing me. I said, you know what? I because I am emotionally, I just got goosebumps. I am emotionally connected to helping people make money, because money, and yeah, sure, I'm emotionally connected that they have good health, but I'm not a health coach. I actually care a lot about people's health. I'm actually a pain in the ass about it. Like, I would give people unsolicited advice about health all the time, because I've been into that since I was 17. Oh, you could do this. And I know people hate that. Some people listen, they're like, oh, really? Yeah, there's this and this. And I just have freely shared what I know. And I don't know everything, but I know a few things. Base, and so my thing, and I don't know if I'm going to do this, but I would love if I could find some revolutionary way where any human being could make money. I mean, if I could come up with that, I would solve a world problem, right? That you don't have to be, and it's not, no, because I'm coaching people that are presentable, they're coaches, they know how to market. This is a small market as far as the world, right? What about all those people that can't coach, don't want to coach, aren't presentable, can't speak in public, and don't know how to do that, right? What about just people? So and I thought a lot, I thought, what if and I don't know if I'm going to do this, maybe I'll think of something that's, part of it, but wouldn't it be great if I could figure out something, some revolutionary way where any person could make money, thriving? You had to do something online, of course.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not possible. I don't know.
See, I'm going to challenge your mindset there because I feel like it is completely possible. And people like you and I haven't sat around and asked that question enough.
Well, some people are asking the question. That's why
Yeah.
I might join that group, because they're asking. That's the thing. I'm at a point now where I'm getting into bigger conversations that are beyond, and like you were saying, it's beyond me, my kids, my clients, and making money. Because right
Yeah.
now my life is sort of, let's be real and transparent, because I love that. My life is me, my kids. Actually, I should say my life is my kids, then me, right? My kids, then me, my clients, okay,
Yeah.
and making money. That's kind of how but I'm getting into larger conversations about impact more, because that's where I'm headed. But you have to look after yourself first. You like you said, sure, you could be that broke, person that's in Greenpeace. You're not going to do as much good as somebody that has a lot of money that can pay people to do stuff, right? And pay for research, right? So
Yeah.
you really do need to put that mask on first, folks. You
Yeah.
do. Now that I knew that, I thought I got to just fix this with me and my family, and help some people and make some money. So that worked well. There's 4 elements. Okay. So do I know my mission? Actually, I'm not sure of it. What is my life purpose? I'm figuring that out right now. I'm working with another coach on that. He's like, well, those are goals. He goes, most people have goals. So I am now like, what is my mission beyond being a good mom? That's never going to, what is that? That's hard to figure out, and I don't know exactly. I just know that I am driven to help people in some way, and usually it has to do with thriving. That's my thing. That's my thing, as they say.
And I loved your phrase emotionally connected. I mean, what a powerful statement. Again, a lot of people have that I can serve my clients or I can make money. And by the way, I work with a lot of accountants.
Mhm.
That industry, they work way too hard for too little
Mm,
pay. They
yes.
don't value themselves, and then they wonder why their clients don't. And it's like,
Right.
if you understood your value, your clients would magically value you. Is that a fair comment?
100%. If my clients think I don't value myself, they'll, people, human beings, let's not talk about my clients. Let's say human beings, when you don't have good boundaries, and sometimes I'll tell you, all of us, sometimes the boundaries without thinking, because we're busy, start to get a little like not so clear. Then you have to go, okay, boundaries have to be redrawn all the time in relationships. You have to really, because I've sent, I get busy. I'm like, wait a minute, that boundary, not because I was not being weak, is I just kind of didn't pay attention. And then you see, wait a minute, somebody just stepped all over that boundary line. Oh, wait a minute, I got to now be intentional. And then you get back to like intentional power, not that I lost, but it's like, wait a minute, I wasn't paying attention to that boundary. And somebody started just sort of like, sometimes team members do this, oh, wait a minute. No, draw the boundary gently again. But okay, about the emotionally connected, I'll explain why I say that. If you are emotionally connected to what you do, you will be way better at it. That's a fact. That's just known. So if I am a coach and I kind of just want to make money and sure, get some clients, I will not get the results that somebody else that is emotionally connected to helping those people will get. And my clients have come in and they said, wow, you really care. And I'm like, yeah, I wasn't just saying that. They're like, one left me a beautiful message. He goes, oh, I've never seen somebody like care about their people. And he said, and he goes, you value your people and yourself. And I thought, thank you.
Yep.
It was a compliment. He saw that I respect myself, my health. He saw that, how I'm like, nope, I'm not really, this is what we're doing, that I didn't crumple. And also he saw that I take care of myself. I'm 58 years old. I try, I'm not sitting around saying, oh, I'm getting older and I'm just going to, I am fighting the good fight of not accepting even aging. I don't accept aging. Why?
Yeah.
You don't have to age just because they say so. No. And I've proven just by mindset. People are like, I can't believe you're 58. I'm like, I am. I don't believe I am. I believe I'm 40. So again, we should strive to be emotionally connected because we will be better at everything we do. That's all.
I love that. And I think, parenting is my example. I'm emotionally connected to parenting. I mean, it's the most important role. It's the one I'll defend to the end. And, if you think about the passion a good parent puts into parenting, take that to a business and, there's no obstacle you're going to say, well, I'm going to go do something else because this was hard. I look at my kids and it's like, oh, life's hard. I'm going to stop parenting. No, it doesn't happen.
No, you can't. No, you can't do that. Some people do, obviously.
Yep.
Some people do that in all sorts of ways. And you know what is funny? Parenting is the thing that is, for me, it's a mystery in some ways. You think you're doing a good job and then it's like, oh, something happens. Oh, maybe that wasn't such a good job. Isn't it fascinating? Like that you're thinking you're a rock star and it's like, well, then why did this happen? But maybe you were still a rock star and it would have happened anyway. Or, and then the whole thing of we really do like look at our kids and go, oh, that's because of me. No, it's not. Like, do you know what I mean? The nature versus nurture. I've done a lot of research on that. I'm like, you know what? I'm not convinced either way. It's like, do you know what? You see these families where the parents are amazing. And then they have a kid and they're like, how did this kid turn out this way? Because the kid has free will and has a personality. And you've seen that, right? And the parents are blaming themselves. I'm like, well, there's no blame. That kid was going to do what they were going to do no matter what. Right.
Yeah.
So some of it is good training. And I think that some parents are giving them pats on the back when their kids are just well-behaved kids. Right.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing.
I take zero credit. My kids are amazing. I'm just there as a safety rail.
I've had challenging parenting. And you start, and at one point I realized, okay, no, you just love the kid you have and you do what you can with the personality. But there's so much guilt and blame when your kid is not like that, best behaved kid and you're trying and it's like, well, how come this isn't working? So I've had a lot of humbling moments because that's the one thing, that's like, it just doesn't, 1 and 1 does not always make 2 in parenting. That's all I'm saying.
I love it. Now, I could talk to you all day, Jean, but I want to respect your time. What does working with you look like? And, assuming somebody's watched this video and they're thinking, oh my God, she's amazing. How can somebody connect with you? And what does working with you look like?
Well, we should have given you a link to my, see, the thing is, you're right. In my testimonials page, it's not about me. It is only about my clients. And I even say that. I said a lot of coaches talk about how well they're doing. What about their clients? And that's my whole video there. And I just start talking about my clients. Okay.
I
So
love it.
you want to maybe show them the hundreds of, a lot of them are interviews, some are not, screenshots, you name it. And there's a link in there. They can book a link, book a call. And there's also, I'm all over, I'm very accessible. I still speak to people. I have it be in my body about coaches that hit 1 million and all of a sudden you can't speak to them. They're so important,
Yeah.
they're not billionaires. Like I found that very, honestly, I find that funny. I'm not criticizing people, but I find it humorous.
Yeah.
So I'm still accessible and I always will be, because part of my talent is being connected with people. And if I don't do that, then I'm not good at what I do. So I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. You can just DM me and say hi, or you go to my website and book a call. What it looks like is we just really get people up and running as soon as possible with the least drama possible. Really the least drama and the least to do. That's really what we do. People come in and like, this is this simple. Yep. You just need to do the work. That's all. You've got to do the work. That's all. But the work is not complicated. That is all. It's very
And I think
uncomfortable.
that's the key, is what you bring to the table is that simplicity. Like, if you don't know what you don't know, everything's complicated, because
Yes,
you think you have to do everything. So,
right. Actually, not doing things. Some people come to us and they said, I never thought you would make me stop doing things. This is amazing. That they have less work, but it's work that's focused and is working it's called lead indicators and lead and lag. You got to focus on the lead indicators that actually are going to get your lag indicators, which is a sales call and somebody saying yes. So some people, we've stopped them doing so much and they've had to do less, and they started getting clients, because it's not about doing 500 things and really diluting your focus. So my thing is I help people get like the one thing we need to do, well, more than one, but one strategy, and we just do it. We master that. It's sort of like if you're playing a musical instrument. You might not want to take up 3 instruments all at the same time at the same, you want to start one, learn, and then integrate, right? Same with strategy.
and yet in business, we think more is better. And that's, one of my favorite sayings. I don't know if I came up with it or I just heard it and it stuck, but being busy is truly lazy, because you don't stop and think, what should I do next? You just, spin all the plates and hope that something comes of it.
Well, that's my thing. I talk about that. You should be getting one plate in the air and making sure it's up there well and truly. One plate spinning well and truly mastered. Then you get the next one when you're not going to drop that first plate. And people try to get a bunch up, and no human being, you know why clowns do one at a time? Because it's humanly impossible to get 2 plates up at the same time.
Yeah. And yet in business, we think, oh, I'll just spin more plates and, ironically end up tripping on the shards of glass and hurting yourself. So,
Right. Well, what that is they don't know, nothing's working. So
yeah.
let's throw some more mud at the wall. And it's actually desperation and panic. And trust me, I've done that. I know that. So I'm not judging. I get it. That is desperation and panic. It's like, I just need to bring clients in. I guess I'll start this free thing I heard on the internet. Or so sometimes it's about just like stopping stuff and just focusing. Right.
I love it. And I think that's probably, you've told me so many wonderful, amazing things. I think that's the golden nugget for a lot of people, is just take a breath and ask yourself, is this getting me somewhere? Is it, a friend of mine teaches something really obvious. She said, if you're in business, you need to prioritize income producing activities. And people
Yes.
look at her and go, what else you got? It's like,
So I call that the highest impact action. And the highest impact action means income producing activities. The highest impact for an action, is that going to bring a client in ultimately? No, don't do it. Is that going to, no, don't do it. It's fixing my website. No, it's not going to bring a client, and trust me on that. Okay. Don't fix the website, folks. Don't go do a bunch of expensive branding, because that actually is just a good outfit.
Yeah.
That's just the opposite, right? But that's not going to get, no, it'll help eventually, but
Yeah.
that should be the last thing is, and by the way, branding, you should be sort of growing into it as you go. And then if you want to hire somebody, people come in and they slap this branding on and they don't even know who they are as a business person.
Yeah.
And they have to redo that. So if it's not going to ultimately bring a cash in the door, don't do it.
Today.
Maybe not today, it might be tomorrow, but
Yeah.
you know, it could be today. But I'm saying if it's not something that's going to do something that will get you a client, don't do it. If you're going to redo your branding, nope, don't do it because somebody told you to redo your branding. It's still not going to get you clients because the lead generation and the sales will get you clients. That's it.
Yeah. Rinse, repeat, and a good
Yes.
business should be boring. And in my opinion, it should be,
Oh,
not keeping you awake at night.
no, you know what? I sold the same program over and over and over and over again. I'm still doing it. And then I added a back end because some people want to do a whole year with me. Sure, that was easy. Sure, now we do a year and we do more advanced stuff. But it was people like, don't you have like a whole offer suite? No, I did a little for fun, a little money power transformation, little deliverable that I did 4 weeks because I like that. But yeah, I don't want to do that whole thing of a billion products. That's exhausting for me. And it's easier just to sell the same thing over. And Alex Hormozy talks about that. Just sell the same thing. But I did that without even knowing what I was doing. I just thought I'm just going to do the same thing. It's working. Why would I take my time and create something else when this is working? I added one on because it was just aligned. It just happened. I want to do longer. Sure. Let's do a year. More people are doing my year. That was a natural progression.
I love it. Now, you're the expert in what you do. Is there anything I should have asked you about that I haven't?
I mean, we could be here all day, right? It's been a nice, we figured out maybe I'm not always the best parent at all times, so that's good. But
You're human. That's great.
I just feel, this is the thing. The more I live and the more I see what goes on, I feel I just value transparency more and more and more and more, just more and more and more and more. And I feel that's what it's not about like authentic, I hate that word. It's about just telling the truth. Like if that's authentic, sure, tell the truth, folks. I think it's just about like stopping the positioning of looking like you're something that you're not. And that's very empty way to live. Sure, I have photos of me getting on my friend's jet. I don't own the jet. I didn't pretend I owned the jet, but sure, it was cool photos. And I am on the jet. It's real,
Yeah.
but that's not like I'm not pretending, I'm a mom and we live in Florida in a very beautiful place. True. And I do have I have the opportunity now to do whatever I want. Like if I want to do those big, expensive things, I do. But I'm an ordinary person. However, I can do that if I want. And that's the power. I can fly to Switzerland like I almost did the other day and, got a companion for my daughter. I decided not to because I didn't want to, but I can. That is power that you can when you want, right?
I love it. Well, Jeanne, thank you for hanging out with me. I look forward to connecting you with my community, and I really appreciate your time.
I appreciate your time as well. All of our time is valuable, and I do appreciate you and your time as well.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to our show. We hope that you enjoyed this episode, and we invite you to either click the link below or scan the QR code to register and listen to other episodes of our podcast. Or if you think your business or you would be a great guest to be on our show, we're always looking for experts in one of the 9 elements of holistic wellness. We'd love to have you. You can either click the link below or you can scan the QR code and complete our speaker intake form. Thank you, and to your wellness.